is good! Beer is good! Beer is good! It's good!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this episode of The Beer Chasers. I'm Preston. Today we're joined by Mike from At The Bar Podcast. Mike, how's it going?
Good.
So we're here today. We're going to be drinking some beers from the Beer of the Month Club that we reviewed in the last episode. Mike, tell them what we got.
We got 2 beers from Mad River Brewing, their Jamaican Red Ale and their Porter.
Awesome. So I'm looking forward to doing this. You ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's drink some beer. Mad River Jamaican Red Ale was a silver medal winner at the 2011 Great American Beer Festival. The grain bill features 2-row pale, Crystal 7080, wheat, and black patent malts. It is hopped with Columbus, Chinook, Cascade, Willamette, and Amarillo hops. It has an ABV of 6.5%, an IBU of 43, Rate Beer rates it at 79, Beer Advocate rates it at 86. Alright, so up first today we have the Jamaica Red Ale.
Now this one is a very special beer. It won silver medal at the Great American Beer Festival. It is a balanced beer, supposedly, according to the description. Mm-hmm. And it gets a good amount of ratings from all the Beer Advocate and Rate Beer and whatnot.
Alright, so I'm excited to go through this. Let's go ahead and look at the appearance. For a red ale, it's admittedly a style I don't drink a lot of. But it looks reddish to me.
Yeah, red ales tend to have that red hue to them, which makes it that copper. Mm-hmm. But you can kind of see on the outside of the glass here that you can kind of get a reddish kind of appearance as it goes from the outside to the inside. So
what do you think on 1 to 5?
It's what you would expect it to be. I would say a 4.
Okay. So again, I'm going to reserve judgment on this one. I'm just not familiar with the style. I'll go ahead and give like an overall kind of towards the end.
Okay. Yeah.
So how about the smell? Smells sweet for sure.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of malt character behind it and sweet, a little bit bready. Mm-hmm. I don't really pick up on any kind of hop.
No, not at all.
But almost like syrupy.
Yeah, syrupy, kind of like a caramel, like a really deep burnt kind of caramel candy kind of.
Yeah, like a candy smell.
Smells good.
Yeah, it smells really nice. Yeah.
Very, very appetizing to the nose.
Oh yeah.
What do you want to rate that one?
It is what it is. So I would say maybe a 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Well, the best part. Cheers.
Wow.
That's nice.
It's really nice.
For a malt head, I know you're kind of a malt head too.
Right.
The hop balance in there is actually really nice, and it kind of comes towards the end. You kind of get a nice upfront maltiness, and then you kind of get some of that bittering hops towards the end of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's very malt forward in the front, and then you get like the hop dryness typical of a red ale and in the back end.
That's really good.
So this is definitely balanced, which is one of the main key points that they made when describing the beer is it's balanced, and I agree 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's a nice maltiness, not overly syrupy or sweet. And so you get that malt or the hops right behind it to really balance it out. That's nice.
Yeah. It is chewy. There is a candiness, sweetness to it. So I really like it.
Okay. What do you want to rate the taste?
Maybe a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
So how about the mouthfeel on the Jamaica Red Ale?
It lingers around. You get a lot of the hop that kind of sticks a little bit. It's not overwhelming, but there's enough there to where it holds you over.
Yeah. I'd say it's medium body.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, medium bodied. It stays. It's not overwhelming. Enough is there to make you want to have more.
And there's enough kind of bubbles there that's refreshing, but it's not overly tingly.
Yeah, and it's not really dry either, because some red ales are really dry. Mm-hmm. This was not dry at all, so it's definitely a plus. All
right, so the mouthfeel, what you got?
About 3.5.
Okay, so overall, where's that going to put the Jamaica Red Ale for you?
A 3.75 out of 5.
Okay,
it's a solid.
Slightly above average. Nothing that you really would go beer chasing a couple 100 miles for, but you saw it, you get it again.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Cool. So I think on a scale of 1 to 10 overall, again, I'm just not super familiar with this style of beer, so I want to be kind of fair and subjective. I would give this a solid 8. I think 80%. Somewhere in the B range. We're introducing more rating scales here, but I think 8. I think it's solid. I think for the style of the ones I've had, I think there's definitely some room for improvement. But solid overall. I would recommend it. Would I go beer chasing? Probably not. But hey, it's still solid.
Yeah. You agreed with the Rate Beer, because Rate Beer gave that beer an 80.
Okay, so I'm right on point.
Yeah, and Beer Advocate gave it an 86. So.
Okay. So I think we're still all right in line there.
We agree with the two sources. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so there you have it, the Jamaica Red Ale. Mad River Stealhead Porter features 2-row pale malt, Crystal 7080, Crystal 135, 165, chocolate malt, peat malt, Rauch malt, and wheat. The beer is hopped with Williamette and Tettnanger hops. It has an ABV of 6.5%, an IBU of 34. Great Beer rates it at 95, Beer Advocate rates it at 84. Okay, so the second and final Mad River beer we're drinking today is the Stealhead Porter.
Yep, coming in at 6.5%. This beer is very highly rated by Rate Beer, giving it a 95.
Yeah, so it's almost damn near perfect for a porter.
Damn near perfect, yeah.
Well, we'll tell you about that. Let's go ahead and look at the appearance.
To me, it looks like a soda. It's very dark, but on the bottom there, with the light, you can kind of get like a ruby
sure.
just like soda.
Yeah, so it's definitely approaching the dark SRM, but you can kind of see light shining through, so not total like motor oil black like a stout or anything.
No, it's pretty transparent for what a porter is.
So you want to give the rating on the porter?
It is what I expected. It looks nice, probably a 4.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with a 4, I think. All right, how about the smell?
Let's go. Ooh. I smell chocolate.
Yeah, definitely. No real hops or anything. I mean,
no hops, chocolate. A little bit of a dry like smoke. But nothing really. But I think it's not overwhelming.
No, not at all. It's not like punching you in the face pungent, but it definitely has some smell to it. So
yeah, chocolate nuttiness. Maybe a little toffee. But it smells nice.
How do you like the smell?
I actually really like it.
Yeah, for a porter, they're generally a little more subdued, but this one's kind of nice. It does jump out a little bit.
Yeah, this is kind of more the aroma of a porter that I like, so I would probably give it a 4.5. Though some porters tend to be a little bit more roasty, more dry. So for me personally, I'd give it a 4.5.
I'll go with another 4, a little above average.
Yeah.
Best part. Cheers.
Cheers. That's good.
Yeah, there's a little more coffee than you would expect from the smell.
Yeah, I get a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
And then the coffee gives it kind of like a nice kind of like dry touch a little bit.
It's kind of like that chalky kind of coffee too.
Yeah,
it's not like a super roasted espresso-y kind of coffee.
Yeah.
It's kind of
like an unprocessed.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're really picking up on the chocolate here. I mean, I would, if I didn't know it was a regular porter, I think it'd be a chocolate porter.
Yeah, I was almost going to say it reminds me of like a slightly weaker Maduro Brown in that kind of it's kind of coffee approach.
Yeah. I mean, it's comparable to Maduro Brown. It's very coffee-esque. There is like a nuttiness, like kind of like caramel, but you're definitely picking up a lot of chocolate on this.
And I do get a little bit of bitterness. It's not like the citrusy, but it's like a good, nice balanced bitter. You know, like you would expect from porter or stout.
Just enough to cut it at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's great beer.
What do you like on the taste?
I really like it. I'm actually really surprised at how good it tastes. So I'm probably gonna give it a 4.5.
I'll go another 4. I think above average, but I like them a little more. I like them a little more milk chocolatey kind of.
Okay.
So for my personal preference, but I think it's still above average.
Oh,
Great.
absolutely. Yeah.
How do you think about the mouthfeel?
It's smooth, just like a porter. You think a porter would be. It's smooth, and the dry kind of like hop character really helps cut the aftertaste. But it's really easy drinking, balanced, so it's really nice.
Okay, what do you think?
4. Yeah.
I think I'm going to go a 2.5 me personally. I think it's just a little under what I'm expecting. I think it's a little, I don't want to call it watered down, but it's very thin. And I know it's a porter. I know stouts are a little more thicker than a porter, but to me it just tastes a little thin. But so I'm going to ding it just a little bit off of what I would expect. So I'm going to give that, I would really say 2.75. It's just below what I think it should be. Okay. But properly carbonated for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It just feels a little thin and kind of, I won't say watered down.
I can see that, yeah. Absolutely.
So overall, where's that put it?
Overall, for me personally, I really like this. Probably around a 3.75 or a 4.
Yeah.
Kind of around there. Above average.
So I think, with the couple 4s and that kind of 2.75, I think that's going to put it for me, right around a high 3.75 as well. So I think we're on point. So a little, a little less than I think, what was the Beer Advocate or Rate Beer kind of rate?
Yeah.
They had it pretty high.
Yeah. I don't think it deserves a 95. I think Beer Advocate, let's see over here, gave it a 83.
Yeah.
That's kind of closer to what we're looking at.
I think so.
But, they're both respectable scores, depending on the person.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so there you have it. That's the Stealhead Porter. All Alright, so with those tastings complete, that's going to wrap up the Mad River episode of the Beer Chasers. So we started with the Jamaica Red Ale.
Yep, a solid red ale by Mad River. It was as expected. Nothing really outshined on it, but it's still a solid beer.
Yeah, I don't think either one of us would go chasing across state lines to find that one again, but if we found it local, I think we'd get it again.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then we had the Stealhead Porter.
The highlight of the two, we really enjoyed that. I rated it a little bit higher than you, but solid beer, definitely something I would chase for.
Yeah, I think 4s all around for me. Then I had the kind of on the mouthfeel is a little thin, but really tasty. And like even now that it's sat a little bit on the palate, like it's really still kind of there. It's kind of tasting good. I kind of want a little more.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't think I would go beer chasing for that one. We talked about it. You think you kind of put some miles on?
I'd put some miles on for it. Would I go out of state for it? No, but I'd go to a nearby city or drive a couple hours for it.
Awesome. Well, Mike, as always, I appreciate your time. Thank you for helping out. So that's going to wrap it up. Preston, Mike, Beer Chasers, we'll see you later.
Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good, and stop. Beer is good, beer is good, beer is good. Let's go drink some beer.